Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Limitless Health Club. It is August 25th, and I'm Julie E. And for those of you that are watching this after it's been recorded, welcome. I'm sitting here in the front by the entrance of our store, so you could see a lot of the products that are behind me. I try to always mix up my location. It's so nice out right now. I wanted some fresh air from the door and the street. We operate my clinic out of my house. It's like the first third of the house. There's a treatment room, the store, and within the store, we also have 5 biohacking pieces of equipment where we do treatments. We have the light therapy, foot massage machine, microcirculation machine. You could put your hand in and it increases circulation around your whole body. We have an ozone machine, so we can put ozone, infuse it into your head through your ears or your nose. Ozone kills infection and teaches your body how to make more antioxidants to make you more resilient. And we also have a new device called the Healy, which allows us to be able to send frequencies to somebody, even from a distance, as well as from here. And I think, and the brain tap. So we have, it's like headphones and goggles that have sound and light therapy in both, and a guided meditation. So we have a lot of treatments that you can do in here for small amounts of money that you don't need to book a one-on-one session with me, but they can make you feel so much better. And if that sounds amazing to you, then definitely come by. You can give a call or a text to schedule a little something, but it's pretty easy to get in for those appointments. I do use all of that equipment within my one-on-ones when I meet with people. After we do some testing and some assessing of what's going on in someone's body, then we'll use the lasers and the other treatments to reprogram and repattern your cells so that you feel better instantly. And that's one of the things that I really like to do, because I've been to many, many practitioners that do holistic health, and you go there and they just give you things either out of a textbook, or they just test you and just give you a long list of supplements to take. But we do that here, but then we also do the treatments to your body. So we are reprogramming your cell pattern and your cell memory. And I work with a lot of people on Zoom and on that live distance away, and they don't get to use all of those treatments. And the thing that's great about working with people that live a distance from here is that they have to do the work. They have to understand, this is what happens when I wake up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. or this is how I can do tapping and swiping and heal my body so that I feel better instantly. So I feel in ways it's an advantage to not come in and get the treatments, but to actually learn about your body and how you can heal your body yourself. And that's really a statement that I like to emphasize, that you can heal your body. We can all heal our bodies. Our bodies are very, very smart machines. And when your biofield is intact, healing is limitless. And that's how I got the name for this health club, because I am always teaching about how to maintain and restore your biofield. And the biofield is the plasma energy field around you. So it's like the space around you. Some people might think of it as like your aura. I've heard the terms plasma energy field. I hear bioenergetic fields. There's a lot of terms like that kind of recently. And it's getting more popular. Other people besides me are talking about the biofield. The new device that I have called the Healy, which is just this teeny little thing that like barely weighs a pound. And it connects to apps on the phone, and it sends frequencies to your body while you're wearing it. And so many of their information pieces and their frequencies are specific for the bioenergetic field. So it is becoming worldwide popular to talk about the bioenergetic field. And with what I wanted to talk about today was the 3 steps to healing and the 5 missing things to all health regimens. And of course, we'll take some questions. The 3 steps to healing, which I talk about every single day, and every single time I give a lecture or a talk, I talk about these 3 steps. Because let me rewind and just say, it's that easy to be healthy and to have optimal health. There are 3 steps. That's it. Everything falls underneath these 3 steps. And the first step is to make sure you have a biofield. So when you have a biofield, healing becomes limitless. When you have no biofield, all kinds of chaos can happen. There is a 45-year-old woman that I have been working with for about a year, and she recently just had to fly to drop her son off at college. And she said for the very first time in her entire life, she had no anxiety about the plane. Usually it starts about a week in advance, and she panics the whole way through until she gets back. So on all her vacations, etc. And she has none of that right now because she has been doing the work to heal. However, when she came in, her first words were, I didn't have an anxiety, but I'm just off. I haven't gone to, my bathroom is off, my sleep is off. There's some girly stuff going on, some yeast kind of infections, and she's having some tinnitus, ringing in the ears. So all of that. And the first thing that we discovered was that she had no biofield. And then she said, I got a new phone. I need new stickers for it. And I said, well, there you have it right there. She did not have EMF remediation on her phone. And as it turns out, she got the new phone about 35 days ago. And she said, oh my gosh, I knew I needed new stickers. I wasn't sure if I should transfer them over, but all of these problems that I just complained about have actually been for about a month. So she put the pieces together that as soon as she had a phone in her field that is destroying her health and pulling minerals and electrolytes, CoQ10 out of her body, and the whole time it's here, it's blocking the biofield. She had a long list of health problems. She's the one that realized it and pointed it out to me. So that's really pretty powerful. And I want to remind all of you and encourage you that we absolutely must have our phone remediated. And on that note, something that I also want to say and apologize for is that I've had EMF remediation on our phones for 23 years now. I've lived in California for 23 years. And about 2 months after moving here, did I discover EMF and EMF problems. So we're talking 1999. It's been a problem since then and even longer. And since that time, at first, the sticker that went on the phone was like literally the size of a cap of a bottle. It was so big. It was like thick and bulky. And they were like $50 and everyone made fun of me. And I couldn't really put a case on top of it. So I just had this like disease looking thing out of my phone. And my friends would make fun of me. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not going to get brain cancer. And so I dealt with it. Eventually, they were thinner and thinner. And let me just grab this from right here. For a while, we've had these flat stickers. You can't see them. And first we had one, and you would put one on the phone. But as we got up and up in the G's, like when we went from 1G to 2G, I don't even remember 1G, but 2, 3, 4, we started to add more. This is an old phone and we don't use it. This was on display for a while here. 2 stickers on it. And then in the last 6 months, we started to need 4 stickers to block out the EMF so that your phone, when these devices are on it, it turns your phone, instead of killing you, into healing you. It actually, when you have EMF remediation, you're tweaking the actual energy field. So you're making it positive, not even just neutral. And so we've had these stickers, this particular one, for pretty close to 10 years now. And here's the sad news. They no longer work. We called the company and we talked to them about it, and they said they're not updating their frequency that is inside. So it's frequency. There's a frequency inside the hologram. They said they're not planning on updating it. And I said, well, what about the 5G? There's becoming more and more and more 5G on the planet. And they said, we're not upgrading it. And then there was a day about 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks ago, where suddenly I had this strong intuition to check the phones and the iPads and the laptops that we have here, and none of them tested strong. So suddenly something changed. And the way I liken it is that, well, first of all, you're an EMF, I'm an EMF, the earth is an EMF, and then the device is an EMF. So there's this chaotic energy. Like I'm an electric field, you're an electric field. We know that we are electric bodies, or else an EKG wouldn't work. The scans they do for heart issues, they're electricity, they're circuits. And so while I was pondering this, thinking, oh my gosh, what is going on? A client texted me that he was working with an intuitive healer, and she said he showed her the sticker, and she said she got an instant headache when she saw the picture, and that it doesn't work at all. What is he doing with it on his phone? And so it was like this 24-hour period of like, oh my gosh, like at first I came out and I said to my assistant, I think we're done with these stickers, but let's just keep testing. And then that text came through 2 hours later from someone. The healer's in the middle of the country and the client is on the East Coast. So we're talking the entire United States. We have figured this out. And so for the stickers not to work anymore, then they were made for a certain frequency. So I liken it to the fact that the planet has a different frequency right now. I would like to hope that it's better because of all the people doing all their meditation and healing work to get through this time period. We know that we're transferring from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age, and we're in this weird intermediary place now, supposedly for two or three more years before we enter fully the Aquarian age. So whatever that means, the frequency of the planet is different. And I hope it's better, but I also want to remind that there's now 5G towers on every corner, and the police station has like 5 monstrous things, you know, it was giant tower with 5 monstrous 5G things on it. The high school has 2 of those right in front of it. I mean, everywhere you go, they are there. And so, and everyone now has so many devices on their property. And because of Zoom and staying at home, people now also have like these complicated mesh systems. Everyone's upgraded and updated. So, you know, and we all hear about these crazy floods happening that has never happened before. Well, Mother Nature, you know, the earth, the planet is different. So unfortunately, if you have bought these stickers from us, we need to swap you out to the one that is very specific to 5G. And it's actually flat. It's the same company that made that big lump. You can't see it because I have sparkles on my phone, but I'll bring them down. It's just this one little dot, and it's flat. And with this 5G remediator on my phone, when I put my phone on top of my head and take a couple of deep breaths, it grounds me and calms me, and it turns my biofield on instantly. I don't have to do that to turn my biofield on, but it also does something we call unencoding. So it just does something to turn your body into the right frame of mind or right frame of energy. So I had 6 stickers and a 5G thing on my laptop, and I had to take all those stickers off because they were actually making me weaker when I was on my laptop. So we're doing 25% off of the new 5G things because we want everyone to swap out, and we know these obviously suck right now. And needing 3 or 4 of these on a newer device, it's actually more cost effective for this circle. It's less. Those were $35 for 2 stickers, and this is $50. And then if you're a Limitless Health Club or other member, obviously you use your discount. So on average, it's 1 per device, but if you have a big device, we might need a second one, but you put it right in the middle. So on this is a laptop I'm on. So if the piece that folds down on the top of it, I put the 5G disc literally right in the middle of the Apple. And since I don't get paid to promote Apple, I don't care if you see my Apple on my computer or my phone. So I cover it. So anyway, that's biofield. The biofield, the plasma energy field, whatever you want to call it, there are 3 steps to healing. And the one most important one, the very first one, is to make sure you have a biofield. When you go through the self-checkout scanner at any store, you get, that scan is like right by your ovaries and your intestines. when you go through TSA at the airport, when you go through a toll booth. Whenever I'm in Florida, it's like toll booth city. They're just everywhere, and certain parts of Orange County here have a lot of toll booths, and most of them have like 10 or 15 things that go off at the same time above you. You're just getting like radiated and radiated, and every single time you do that, it shuts off your biofield. If you are healthier, and the more minerals you have in your body and the more alkaline your pH is, in just a moment's time, your biofield will recover. But people that are more elderly, more frail, more sick, have an acidic pH, their biofield does not recover so quickly, and it requires breathing, tapping, swiping, meditating, soaking, and or taking minerals, or unencoding and turning back on. And not everyone has a device to turn themselves back on. So hopefully you have the remediator on your phone. And if you get scanned, et cetera, you could just put it near your body and take a couple of breaths, or on top of your head, and then you recover. But absolutely the number one most important step to healing is to make sure you have a biofield. The second step is your detox system. I call it the assembly line. Most of you have probably heard me talk about that before. And I call it that because it is an assembly line, and we all know what happens if one guy doesn't show up for work on an assembly line. It backs everyone else up. So if you're constipated, pooping is at the end of the assembly line. That means you backing up the gut. I've actually had many people, when they don't go to the bathroom number 2, have more hot flashes. As soon as we get them to go to the bathroom, they have less or no hot flashes. When your intestines are backed up, it backs up the liver, gallbladders, kidneys, lymph, sometimes the pancreas, and the stomach. So we have to get the assembly line to flow and to flourish on a regular basis. And your body is detoxing all of the time, 24/7. It is an innate system in your body. It just doesn't always do a good job. Number one, because of your scars and traumas to your body causing traffic jams, each traffic jam, like the C-section scar, almost always takes down the intestines, and it often takes down the adrenals. In epidural, if anyone's had an epidural to have their baby, or because they have back pain, that usually takes down the adrenals, which is not really part of the assembly line, but there can also be other domino effects that happen in the body. When you have a tailbone injury or a sacrum injury, it usually takes down the kidneys, which is part of the assembly line. So in any event, biofield first, get your assembly line, AKA your detox system, to work optimally. You get a 3,000-mile oil change every 3,000 miles. Otherwise, you start to notice, oh, I missed my oil change and the car is running really weird right now. I should better get my oil change. Well, if you are 30, 40, 60, or 70 years old, and you haven't had an oil change in 30, 40, 60, or 70 years, guess how your assembly line is working? Not so well. So what we really want to do is constantly flush the assembly line. And we do that with various methods. So all the things we do here in the office, the lasers, the circulation, et cetera. I mean, all of the tools, your massages, your acupuncture, these are all things that help flush the assembly line on a regular basis. And then we do it nutritionally. Things for the liver are glutathione and reishi and B vitamins, turmeric, those all help the liver. The gallbladder gets bilivin and pancreavin and gallbladder ND and and also not having so much fat can also help the liver, the gallbladder, but also doing enemas with coffee in it helps the gallbladder. Then we have the kidneys, and we have Renavin, Hisonol, we have olive leaf, DHA, New Zealand, we have deer antler, the list for the kidneys support, Shen, goes on and on and on. So many different ways to help the kidneys. And the intestines, you kind of know, it's digestive enzymes, it's HCl, allicin, depends if there's parasites in there or yeast, like any of those kinds of things help the intestines. And in the lymphatic system, it could be anything that I just mentioned and so much more. And for any organ in the body, it could also be emotional trauma. And there can also be a scar or a place you broke a bone or stitches that are shutting down one of those organs. So that's why we're constantly trying to keep going through the assembly line. And the problem in today's world is that everyone's talking about detox continuously. That's a good thing. But the problem is that every detox program on the market is missing most of those organs or glands. They are focused on the liver or the large intestine, or both, but never any of the other organs that I just mentioned. Our detox program, which I created with 3 other dietitians many years ago and have updated over the course of time, that addresses every single part of the assembly line. And it is August right now at the end, and it just so happens that the end of September, beginning of October is the best time to do that detox program. You like flush out after the summer and kind of get ready, get your body ready to handle winter. The 2 best times to do a thorough detox program are spring and fall, kind of like the equinoxes. So, I mean, you can do it anytime you want, but no one's detoxing like that over the summer because everyone's partying and running around and enjoying themselves, hopefully. So once your assembly line starts to work well, then step number 3 is that we want to work on the scars and the trauma sites, what I call an interference field. And we want to work on those because those are ultimately the underlying reason why you feel poorly. And I would put an equal sign after that and say, getting older, right? Isn't that like everyone goes, it's just my age. It's because I'm aging. It's because I'm getting older. Those are the words people say. But what I define getting older as is you've had more traumas and more scars and more procedures and more injuries and more emotional stress. And those are the things that are causing you all of your underlying health ailments. But when, let's say, I did injure this shoulder like too many times over in my 20s. And in the end, there's some emotional reason why it happened and some physical stuff. But so I injured this shoulder and I did have shoulder repairing on it in like 1999, I think. So there's a little scar here and a teeny little thing on the back. So when I work on this scar or this shoulder to help it heal, where does the scar tissue go? Where does the junk go that was there before the injury that allowed it to happen? So if you get a root canal, it's the same thing. The procedure of the root canal needs to be healed, but the thing that was in there before that made you need a root canal also needs to be healed. So sometimes we're doing double duty. And so if there was junk in here or toxicity or parasites, yeast, fungus, whatever, when I do any treatments to this shoulder, even if it's just tapping, swiping, and massage or castor oil, and this goes, oh, I feel so much better. Where does it go? It goes into the liver and runs through the assembly line. So after my assembly line is working optimally, when I start to work on a scar or a trauma, I have to then go back to the assembly line to make sure that it is working optimally. And then for the rest of my life, I am going back to the scar, back to the assembly line, working on maybe different scars, right? I might work on this scar or making it up like this scar. And then after I work on them, I have to come back and make sure the assembly line is doing its job really well. And then I can go back and work on either the same scar or other scars. But every so often, I got to go work on my biofield because maybe I was detoxing so much that my body got so stressed out, or maybe, as this happens often, I didn't take all of my supplements or do whatever I was supposed to do for a month because I was sidetracked with my kids or my job or life or my parents or something, or I went on a trip and I forgot my nutrients, or I went on a trip and I had no time to take care of me because I was so busy. So you end up, your biofield is totally off. Usually we can recover the biofield pretty quickly once we've worked on it in the past. And once you've worked on being electrolyte savvy, mineral savvy, and hydrated, then the biofield can rejuvenate fairly quickly. But we're always going to be working on the assembly line and the scars for the rest of our lives. That's how we do it. And I have found up to date today, the way that I've searched around the planet, the one thing that permanently healed the body from a scar is the mud therapy. I have not seen anything else that I have tried or heard of or done or anyone else has, and then I was able to test them to see that has completely permanently remediated a scar to where it is not affecting any other part of the body. It's not, a C-section scar is not taking down the adrenal, the head, the intestine, the leg, the toe, nothing. It is mud therapy. I am curious about my new device, the Healy, and I will put it to the test. This little thing that I just showed you is so comprehensive that it's taken me like 5 hours to learn how to use it. And I've only barely made a dent in like 1/100th of how to use it. I've never had a tool, a healing tool that requires so much work. Usually I can dive in like a kid in a candy store and just figure it out and start using it. But I'm not totally there yet. So I'm there with like baby steps. I'm using it, but because it works on scars and it works on the emotional body and the energy field, I am curious to see if that will happen. However, I strongly still recommend mud therapy for the ultimate. It depends how far you want to go in your health. Most of the people in my elite health club, the people that I see monthly or bi-monthly, most of them have never done mud therapy. I would say that it's about 7% of those health club members have done like a full mud therapy session. All the ones that have done it have said, this is the best thing ever. I feel incredible. Like their life takes a whole new turn. But, I've made a do-it-yourself mud therapy video. We sell the kit, try to get people to do it. It's just something that's messy and time consuming and kind of tedious. And when something's brand new, I think people hesitate to begin with. But it's kind of a joke. Even some of the clients they're like, why does everyone resist mud therapy so much? But people do. So, but the people that have not done the mud therapy, but come see me regularly and take their supplements, usually feel fantastic. It's just that there's always underlying stuff that, the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? It's like, there's already underlying stuff. They might feel fantastic, but if they have stress or they don't take some supplements or their diet is a little off, like other stuff happens. Whereas the people that do the mud therapy, over time, that doesn't happen at all. One little thing doesn't break the camel's back. Like it doesn't put you back regress you back in your health. It's just like, oh, I just missed a few days or something like that. It's not as big of a deal. So coming back to the 3 steps to healing: biofield, detox organs, and then working on your scars and traumas in whatever way that means. Massage, castor oil, coconut oil. I have another new product here that I will share in just a second. Laser therapy, acupuncture, whatever someone is interested in that they do that works, fantastic. That's really, we're all different. And there's probably, if I listed the types of treatments, I'm sure I can come up with like 25 to 40 different types of treatments that all work. You just have to pick the one that works for you. And then it's working for you for your today body. And then in 3 months or 6 months or next year, maybe you're onto something else because you have a different today body. So keep that in mind. I'll take questions in just a minute, but I just wanted to share one of my new favorite products. It's called ASEA, and this is a topical gel, and this is a drink, and they are basically the same. And I wish I understood how they did it. They got the liquid into a gel. I was asking an associate of mine who's older what her secrets were for anti-aging. And she told me a couple, but this was her number one. This was it. So the gel, the more I learned about it, the more amazing it was. So the last time I had my cycle, I had a really sharp pain that wouldn't go away for a couple hours. And it was Sunday, so I was just laying there resting. It was beautiful out. I went to the beach and it was relaxing. So, and after going in the water, I felt a million times better. But then it dawned on me, put this on the ovary where the pain was. And what I learned was when you put this gel on a pain spot 3 times in 5 minutes, it goes away. And it was miraculous, really. CBD, obviously the topical stuff really works, the internal stuff works also, but what this product is that is so unique is its redox molecules, and they actually call it the amazing molecules. And redox is reduction and oxidation, and you think of reduction like a white wine reduction for your food, and then oxidation, which is stress. And when these molecules go on and then eventually in through the liquid to your body can take them and spread them out to wherever it needs to combat stress and to teach your body how to heal. And it makes everything else that you're doing so much more effective. And it's really such a panacea and so generic that I haven't yet come up with a cause or a problem that someone has where it's like, oh, you have that, you need this. It's more like whoever wants to add this, go for it. It's pretty amazing. In doing research about it, I watched so many videos of testimonials from average people from all over the world. And the number one thing was, it, like every single person called it a miracle. The pictures of the before and after, when people, you could use it topically on your skin, everyone looks 20 years younger, everybody, whether they did it internal or topical. And it's just a little, it's like a shot that you drink basically. And what it tastes like is salt water. And I've been having everybody drink salt water all summer because it's so hot. And because we said you are an electric field, if you don't have enough water and you don't have enough salt, you can't conduct energy or electricity throughout your body. I have two clients in particular that I've been working with, each for pretty close to 15 years between them. And their words are, no matter what I do, I am never hydrated. I can drink water all day long. And one of them has dry lips and one has dry skin, and her female area is dry. And so then it's irritated, and then she can't have intimacy with her husband. So they're both on this product right now, and it's only been less than a week. So I'm curious to see what happens with them, because one of them has been doing 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt for on and off for 2 months. It's just, she can't get there. She was putting the salt in a capsule because it was too much to just eat that much every day for her. So, you know, we're all different. Whatever works, works. I can do salt and just like throw it down, but you get to a point after you do that for like 10 or 15 days in a row, you're just like, I can't do that much salt anymore. Your body's just like, no. But I actually crave the drink. I've been drinking it myself for about 2 weeks. I've been using the gel for about 8 weeks. I picked this up first for whatever reason, because I heard you could do it topically to like take away wrinkles and to firm. And so I was using this for about 6 weeks, and I will definitely say, like, my neck is definitely more firm. Very excited about that. I'm planning to never use a Botox or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just going to do all natural, and I'm planning on staying looking as young as possible forever. And I called that in, I manifested that just a couple of months ago, and then this came to me. And so anyway, I'm going to keep using it. I just started the drink about, did I say 8 or 10 days? I finished 1 bottle. So 8 or 10 days ago, I drink a little shot. It's like 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces in the morning, and then in the evening. And I also have this new device, the Healy, and I also just feel very happy about some things happening in my life. So you can never say one thing did everything. All 3 of those things are fantastic. So I can't pinpoint it to one thing, but I can say that interesting things are happening in my body. And like, I just feel so light in all of my body. Like everything feels so happy. My energy is circulating fantastic. And a couple of little quirky things that I've been working on, like, really just disappeared. So I feel very excited about it. And I just always want to share when I find something new and exciting. And it's really, there's no other product on the planet that does redox. It's an unstable molecule, and these scientists figured out how to make it stable. And when I looked it up, the 2 Olympic athletes that talk about their experience with it and how much they love it, both won gold. So there you have that. So anyway, now I will take some questions. So go ahead.
All right. Hi, Julie. It's Diane.
Hi.
Okay, I just have a question. What are they? How do I order them? I didn't see them on the site.
We just put it on the website either today or yesterday. And
Okay.
one of the things about it, which it doesn't matter to me, like we have it, it's big and it's kind of heavy. This company is set up as a multi-level, and I don't even know what that means. I paid $40 to become a distributor for it, which I think is low. And they sent me this box, which I didn't even open yet. You could just be a customer and order it directly from them, because it's shipping. I think it's either free or it's like $10 or something like that. Because I mean, we can ship to you, but it's heavy. And over the course of time, it's just going to be a lot of money. So
Okay.
it's something that you end up liking at some point. We can set you up as a customer and you can just pay them directly. And I don't even know if we'll make a dime or whatever on it. I don't really care. I didn't even look into that, but I like the product that much that I'm just excited
Okay.
about it.
But
And
I
I'm
looked online. I put it in the search ASEA, and it's not in there.
on my website.
Yeah, I put ASEA.
Right before Liv left, she said that she loaded it today, or she said it's up there. I'll look while we're
Let's
talking.
see. Let me look again.
ASEA, there it is. I wonder if you spelled it wrong.
ASEA. No, I had it in there. It's
Really? Refresh your browser before you type that in. I wonder if maybe your body has
okay.
a thing, because she just did it today. So it's
Okay.
$55 for one of these bottles, and then minus your 15% off, which is around $7.50. So it's like
Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay, now it came up.
yeah.
So where is the are they the gel then?
I don't think she put the gel up yet. It just arrived, like literally just got it at like 4:55, like right before I was like opening the box as I was playing the opening song.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
the gel is also pretty close to about that same price. We do have it in stock. We can, if you want it, we can add it to your order.
Okay.
I feel like they say I think I read somewhere that they said to shake it. I noticed towards the end of the tube, I needed to shake it more. And
Okay.
let me just put, so it's like a little gel. And let's say this thumb is actually a little tight and giving me some annoyances. So I've just been using it everywhere. My feet have been a little tight, and this part on mostly this hand, but a little the other hand. So I kind of just done it a few times.